Welcome back, Army.
Welcome back, Army.
My name is Zach.
I'm Curtis.
I'm Jarek. Keith.
Today we have the Jimin Smeraldo Garden Marching Band featuring Loco official track video. I hope I said that correctly. But
If not, they'll let you know. Trust
yes,
me.
they will. Make sure you guys are on the Patreon. Make sure you guys are on the YouTube because Patreon's going to have a lot of fire stuff. Let's make sure you're over there. But Army, no further ado. Oh, Army, yeah, we got something to talk about too with y'all. We got all that stuff over there for y'all. So make sure y'all go tune in. We did that special for y'all for June. Make sure y'all tune in. And
You got some stuff over there, bro?
Beyond the Monument.
Like what?
yeah, Beyond the Monuments.
Really?
Yeah.
Hope on the street.
So what's that about?
Hope on the Streets. They got watched that.
Well, I know the Hope on the Street.
It,
I know
it
what the
was
Hope on the
basically
Street is
their
about.
version of on Disney Plus
Uh-huh.
of like the Rise of Bang, like kind of like a 10-episode encompassing of like their journey.
Oh,
and
okay,
everything like
that's
that.
nice. On Disney Plus? And
Disney
you guys
Plus,
do that
I
over on the Patreon?
Yes,
That's fire.
yes.
Not to mention the Inner Soups, I'm sure, are still over there. And the
They gotta
Rise
go
of
over there
Bang
and check
channel is
that out.
over there.
Exclusives.
Hope on the Street.
Everybody
Run
don't get
BTS
that.
is over there. Yeah, so I mean, if you're a BTS fan, there's a lot of things there for you. You should go check it out.
Definitely go check that out. But no further ado, Jimin Smeraldo Garden Marching Band featuring Loco.
This P-Dog Ghost Loop too? Interesting.
Win a lot of tickets. Win a lot of tickets.
Does that clarify the pronunciation? Is that a cameo? Nice flow there too. Saturation. Nice. Take it to the bridge. curtain call.
It was fun.
Yeah, that's how I feel about that production.
It was real fun.
That's really how I feel about that whole song. It was just fun. The production was fun. It was summer.
It's enjoyable,
campy.
you know. It's its own
Yeah.
kind of thing.
It wasn't. Yeah, it's a certain time that you play this. I don't know. It's just it's camp. I feel camp.
Yeah, I felt like the
summertime.
summertime. Like I gotta make some s'mores or something.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
exactly what it felt like.
I completely agree with both of you, and I kind of had to come to that conclusion midway through after the rap verse. The rap verse was it. That was the peak of the song for me. The production was fire. I do love the production, but I do feel like this is just one of those summer cruising songs, and it's not meant to be anything more than that. However, I don't think I would have personally released that as my single. If this is a single from an album, or if this is just a solo release. If it's a solo release, fine, cool. But if it's a single from an album, I would have probably wanted something with a little bit more punch. Look at what he did with his first album, Set Me Free, being a single that had so much punch, and everything else just kind of fell in line. He could release, the other songs and that weren't maybe as punchy, and it didn't matter because he was still riding that vibe from the first one. Again, I get what they're doing here. I get the summer song. I get the whole, cozy, nice, cruise song, the nice little dance choreo, the hosting duty video where he kind of just coming in playing like the angel of love, hooking people up or whatever. I love it. Even the color grading is super yellow, where it's super bright and sunny and makes you feel warm and all this other stuff. But I would have wanted something with just a little bit more punch. That's me. But all in all, I mean, I'm not saying the song is bad. I just understand what it is, and for what it is, it's a good song. I just wouldn't have made this my lead off.
Yeah, it's definitely. I feel like it's definitely going for that. Like for sure, it's it's just like one thing I will say too. Like I love kind of the warmth and summer aspects of the video. It's definitely very like kind of like
Alice in Wonderland,
cruise on the road and everything like that too. And I
Feels
think
like the '60s, like the Beatles.
Nigga, how do you know?
It's drugs, man.
that's crazy.
It feels like the acid trip.
Yeah.
But it was I like how the lyrics of this song though, like how everything kind of starts off of like all on June 12th and everything, with obviously referencing like their kind of anniversary and everything, or at the very least like just before their anniversary, because I believe is it the 12th or 13th if I'm not mistaken.
Don't give me the
Because
line.
how like over here it would be earlier than over there, so
Right.
sometimes the days kind of merge
Are
into one another. But nonetheless, when he says it all started on June 12th and everything like that, and then basically spreading happiness and everything like that's what we do and everything like that, like we were, and then kind of the staging and almost theater aspect, I want to say, because they kind of used to set like a stage,
Like a
it's-
musical.
you know what I mean? Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. So
Yes.
the aspects, and I loved the staging and blocking of everything, kind of how they tag in, all the different extras and background into all the elements and everything like that. I think they do a really great job. They largely try to make it appear as though it's one take. There are, takes spaciously kind of throughout, but generally speaking, they keep it largely in kind of a theater, like one kind of play sort of aspect. And I definitely think they service the theatricality of that really well. I do really like Loco's verse and everything, his flow and everything. It was like kind of cool, calm, collected, but I love the metaphors and everything in it too. Mention anytime you can reference kind of nature and flowers blossoming or anything like that, just to kind of talk about like a harvesting of a goal or anything like that. Like I do think those things service really well, and certainly with the setting. They definitely try to be a little fourth wall breaking as well, kind of like some of the zoom in shots like that and everything like that. So I
Kind of like you're watching the stage musical.
exactly, yeah. So I think they service all that really well, and it's kind of extending that.
Oh, yeah,
It's
definitely.
kind of extending
Especially
that
with the intro.
branch to the audience as well, like as far as like the spreading happiness and everything like that. I love it's interesting the production choices, because we've heard tracks with them with P Dog and Ghost Loop and everything like that. But knowing that they kind of went to this particular marching band, it feels like a little bit more of an outsource, if I'm not like privy to that knowledge or anything like that, to who they are necessarily. So I do think the choice to kind of make everything expanded and showcase something different is really interesting as well. And mind you, when Jimin had released his first album, Face album, and everything. He was the first to release an album within BTS that wasn't a member of, the rap line, like the predominant writing unit within everything. And he had talked about kind of some of the difficulties of, kind of what to say and everything like that, kind of going through a little bit of that process with some of the behind the scenes things that we had checked out. So I was curious, especially knowing that kind of we're building to him releasing another album and everything like that. Just his choice of whether that be production or whether that be kind of like subject matter or anything like that, because we all know Jimin is like the embodiment of a hug. So it's like you kind of, I don't want to say it's easy to expect like kind of a warm, comforting, happy song from him and everything, and certainly with his dancing capabilities and everything like that as well. But there was a lot of kind of darkness within the Face album and everything, so I was definitely curious kind of going into this what it was going to be like, or what that says perhaps about the upcoming album or anything like that. But also, sorry, I didn't want to.
No. You're right.
Last thing I was really going to credit was just knowing that all this had to clearly be done, recorded, whether that's the album or anything like that, before they enlisted. At least this song, to say the least. So just kind of kudos to that and all the hard work. They're continuing to give content while in service. I know Jin had just got out and he's working on his album and everything like that nonetheless. But I just think, being blessed as Army and everything, all the content they've continually given us throughout, all the many years, even while in the pandemic, even while during enlistment, and like it's just, they've always, done so much to kind of put themselves out there and spread, their music and their art and everything to fans, to Army. So I think that just you just got to credit the hard work at the end of the day, on top of everything else as well.
A few things real quick. One, I love the fact that when the sound or the mix of the video sounds like he's actually singing on the mic. It doesn't sound like this was just a studio recording layover. It sounds like they gave him a live mic, and whatever came out during the performance is what you hear. And so I would also have to agree, which was like kind of the aha moment I had while you were talking.
Yeah.
I like darker music, right? I said the same thing about Hope, his second album. I loved the first half of his second album because it was darker. It was more gritty to me.
Jack in the Box.
Yes. And I liked Face because of the same themes. So it's not necessarily... So I say that to say my opinion may be a little skewed in that because it's not necessarily my taste in music preferably, or what I would prefer to see from them. Even though, I mean, happy summer music is part of their staple. However, seeing them as individuals, seeing them and what they can produce and the type of music that they can produce, I lean more toward the darker side than the happy side, but I completely get the happy side. I understand why it has to happen. I understand why they make music that way, mainly because they're probably happy. But I don't know. That I just like the, darker shit. But I get it.
So, Army, march all over to Patreon.
Would you say Lo? I'm sorry, Lo's off screen. He
Yeah,
says he hates
Lo
this
said
song.
This the Beatles. Lo said this the Beatles, and shout out to Loco because he's a Korean hip hop rapper.
Thumbs down, Lo. I see. Lo said thumbs down. Tag him in the comments. Tell him how you feel.
Yeah, see, Keith is back. The cheer is back. Make sure you guys join the Patreon. Subscribe. Make sure the bell is on so you know when we will start dropping. We love you guys. Thank you guys.
Love y'all. I'm gonna holla at y'all.
Peace.
Take care.